Okay, so I just wanted to show do a quick video to kind of explain some of the basics about what I do and the concepts around what I do and the model that I use. So the basics are that we all create programs based off of our life experiences. We go through life, we're born into this world, and as we perceive things, our brain makes certain types of connections and ways of processing and what we can kind of call our psychological framework around something. And so I wanted to show you a few examples of ways that the frame or the frame around something makes it so that we see things a certain way. And so if we have a different frame and a different reference that we use, or a comparison to other things or pieces of knowledge that we have or experiences in life, that it really changes what we can see. Because someone who's really struggling mentally, they get caught in patterns that are in an area of the brain, and it's actually literally a location, a area of the brain that they're thinking that just doesn't have the resources to solve their problems. And so I wanted to show you this quick image that kind of shows you a little bit about how that framework around it, or that psychological frame around something is what creates our response, that then puts us in a different area of the brain. So for example, the two people have the same experience. One gets PTSD from that experience and the other doesn't. And it's because of that framework around it. And so I want to show you this real quick image of this little girl with a dress. And if you look at this dress, as you look at it, you'll notice that they look like one's a yellow dress and one's a blue dress. But because within this box, these two boxes around the dress is actually the same color. But because of the framework around it, the frame around it, all we see is the color that the framework tells us, because that's what we compare it to. That's what we have to use to process it. And visually, as you look at this, they look definitely different. But let me show you. So if we put a different frame around this dress, so I put a clear frame around it, you can see now that the yellow on this side is actually the same color as the dark on this side, or the black, what appears to be black. And then if you look at the blue, then you move it over to the blue side of the dress, or the yellow, and it's actually the same color as the blue. But it's because of that framework around. I'll move it out of the way. Now you can see it again. And again, even though you've seen it and I've explained it to you, it still looks like those are two different color dresses within that image. And so that kind of shows you, it's kind of interesting that with a certain framework around something, we can only see or have access to certain ways of seeing things based off of our life experiences and the maps that have been created in our minds neurologically as we've had experiences in life. And the way that we see things will put us in a different area of the brain. So here's another image I want to show you of the different areas of the brain that are activated dependent on our perceptions. And so our perceptions control where we go in our brain to solve our problems. And if we go to the wrong area in our brain that doesn't have the resources to answer that, then that creates a major struggle for us, and we can often get caught in patterns that hold us back, because within the reason we go to those patterns is because there's a reward system there that our previous maps have shown us how to get reward, how to be psychologically kind of rewarded for that, and that's why we go there. And so by changing perception and kind of the angle at which we look at things, we change the outcome, which is really the core issue to so many mental struggles. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Just kidding.